Hey, this is Anthony with the RevZilla TV, and in this video we're going to break down a brand new product from 2011 from Dainese. This is called the Dyno. This is basically a TRQ out boot cut in half. It's going to be $199, comes in white, and it comes in black. Notice the TRQ series that I have over here. This is a TRQ out. Notice the level of functionality. You can see the sliders. You can see the thermoplastic protection. You can see the sole. This genuinely is cut in half. You come in here tight on the sole. We'll start with the sole. This is a race level sole. High grip, non-slip, oil resistant. It's going to be stiff, have a reinforced shank, and have shock absorption built into it. This is a really high-end boot for the money. At $199, this is going to go head-to-head with any of the very aggressive street riding boots from somebody like an Alpinestars, somebody like a CD, you know, some of those other high-end European brands. So what you're getting with this Dainese Dyno is basically a polyamide construction. You can see this black nylon here. What that is, it's a high-tenacity woven fabric. It's basically, I would consider it much more closer to something like a Cordura, which is very strong. It's got a high tensile and abrasion resistance, and that's going to be the main construction. The other elements you're going to see on the main construction of this boot are going to be cowhide, full leather cowhide that goes up the front here. It's on this elasticated panel with these elasticated bellows that actually go over the lace system. It's a speed lace system connected to an inner booty. Nothing is worse than getting your laces on your shoe, on your riding shoe, caught in your foot pegs. It's happened to me plenty of times. So folks that ride a lot really appreciate the fact that you're going to have an elasticated cover panel that's going to allow for comfort, allow for stretch, but really it's going to protect your laces in the long run. As we move back, you're going to notice from midway in this shoe all the way back and wrapping around the heel is going to be a thermoplastic hard part really that's going to be connected to the main construction. What that's going to do is give you a ton of protection. So thermoplastic, it's going to be shock resistant, it's going to be abrasion resistant. You notice that we have some beefed up areas that are going to be a little bit raised from a slider standpoint. You're going to have an outside of the ankle slider here. As we move around, Dainese has this. It's so cool. They spend so much time on the detail and design here. You can see the little logo. This is called the heel counter. It's a separate panel that increases the rigidity and it protects the back of your heel. And as we go to the inside here, you're going to see the thermoplastic. And then I want to show you really two cool things. Aside from this interior slider that you have on the top, which creates that full ankle cockpit, you're also going to have these panels, one here and one here. They are thermoplastic, but they're a high grip thermoplastic. What that's done is it's built for grip on the bike. So it's a non-scratch material that's going to give you great grip against the actual frame or against the bodywork on your bike as you're riding. And notice the instep here, it's going to have more polyamide that comes down. Moving towards the front of the foot, you have this high grip nylon insert here, the shift pad, which is embossed. It has its own logo. It has a nice texture to it. Again, it's the details in Dainese that add such a high degree of quality, especially at $199. It's going to have the same toe slider, plastic toe slider, which is embossed and has logo. It is replaceable, and there's a wrench included, so if you need to take this guy off, you can. And again, this is the same slider that they're going to have on the TRQ Out series, or the TRQ series of boots. I did show you the bottom. Let's move into the top here. You're going to have this jersey liner. Everything, the way that the interior of this boot is done is knowing that a lot of times a guy that's going to wear this boot is going to be a sport rider. He's going to be riding in the warmer times of the year. We're based out of Philadelphia, so most of the time you're going to see spring, summer, fall being the key riding seasons in the Northeast, and a lot of times it's really hot. So what Dainese does, which makes this boot so well suited, the liner system is a mixture of this two-layer jersey liner as well as the 3D bubble liner on the top of your foot. And you can see the 3D bubble is going to have this fluorescent green to it. What happens is it creates tiny pockets of air that create an insulating layer. They allow for space, they allow your foot to breathe, they allow it to perspire, and the heat to evaporate and radiate off of your foot. And in the cooler times of the year, they'll actually trap heat by creating this microclimate and keep your foot warmer. What they've done is they're specifically designed to regulate your body temperature. They're going to allow you to cool off if you're too warm, and they're going to allow you to trap some of that heat in if you're too cool. It's a shock absorbent sole. The inside of here has a nice heel cockpit as well as the ankle cockpit that I talked about. I will tell you that I'm a 43 in these guys, but they do fit narrow. I actually have a reasonably low arch. I don't have a high arch on my foot, and I find that the Dainese boots for me are a little bit narrow in their design. It's Italian. They're not going to be as forgiving if you have a really wide foot bed. So that is something to keep in mind. So again, this is the Dyno at $199. It's going to do a lot of things really well for aggressive sport riding. It's going to look great under a pair of jeans on or off the bike. This is the white version. There's also a black version. We have them at RevZilla.com. It's going to ship for free. It's over 39 bucks. If you get the wrong size, don't ride in them. Try them on. Send them back to us, and we'll exchange them for free as well. Free shipping on the next pair that's going to be a different size. And then as always, it's over 100 bucks. You earn TeamZilla loyalty cash towards your next order. If you have any questions, shoot us a line. See us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. And you can find this guy on RevZilla.com/Dainese. I'm Anthony. This is the Dainese Dyno boot, new for 2011. We'll see you next time on RevZilla TV.